This meeting is called to order. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Southeast Delco School District Board of School Directors Annual Organization Meeting. We will have a salute to the flag, a moment of silence, and Mr. Butler will do a roll call. Please stand. Thank you. You may be seated. Mr. Butler, may I have a roll call, please?
Yes, you may, Madam President. Ms. Perry,
Present.
Ms. Harris-Johnson,
Present.
Ms. Woodfolk,
Present.
Ms. Womack,
Present.
Mr. Fowler,
Present.
Ms. Monroe Whitsett,
Present.
Dr. Winder,
Present.
Mr. DiOrio,
Present.
Craig Butler, present.
Thank you, Mr. Butler. May I have a nomination for the President Pro Tempore? May I have a nomination?
I nominate Cherie Monroe.
I can't be the
Whitsett.
president.
You can't.
This is pro temp.
No, it's for somebody to take her place.
Take my place and then you can.
Yeah. I nominate, Teresa Harris Johnson.
I'm sorry, but it has to be someone who is not, has not been elected. Has to be a member of
You.
the school board, a surviving member of the school board, yes.
I nominate Rebecca Perry.
I nominate Cynthia Woodfolk.
Are there any more nominations? Are there any more nominations? Are there any more nominations? Seeing none, nominations are closed. May I have a motion to elect Rebecca Perry as the President Pro Tempore?
You got somebody running?
I need a motion.
Motion.
Okay.
No.
So I'll do a roll call.
Yes, please.
Okay, and Ms. Perry,
Yes.
Ms. Harris-Johnson,
No.
Ms. Woodfolk,
Yes.
Ms. Womack,
No.
Mr. Fowler,
Yes.
Ms. Monroe Whitsett.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. That will be Ms. Perry as, I'm sorry, Ms. Perry as President Pro Tempore.
Hi, for a short time. Good evening. Good evening. All right, so at this time, we're going to do the readings of certificates of election and the oath of office and seating by the Honorable Tammy L. Forbes.
Good evening. Is someone going to do the certificate of elections first?
Yes.
Okay. Will that be me?
Yes.
Okay.
Or,
I don't have the certificate of election. Okay, this is the oath of office.
yeah, so I have the certificate of election.
I was going by the order that the President Pro Tem gave.
Okay, all right. So this applies to everyone. I will substitute all the names. The returns of the municipal election held the 7th day of November 2023 having been computed and canvassed, we, the County Board of Elections, do certify that in the Southeast Delco School District, in said County of Delaware, this will be Rochelle Womack, Michelle McGowan, John P. Lafferty, Francesca Barley, Rashawn Fowler, Teresa L. Harris Johnson, were duly elected to office of School Board Director, 4-year term in said district. In Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Correct. Correction. Teresa L. Harris Johnson, midterm, 2-year term for, again, Ms. Harris Johnson. The rest are 4-year terms. In testimony whereof, we have set our hand and seal the 21st day of November, 2023.
Thank you. Okay, the first candidate for the oath of office will be Rashawn Fowler. Obey and defend the Constitution of the United States of America and the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. I will discharge the duties of my office as Southeast Delco School Board Director with fidelity. Congratulations. Teresa Harris Johnson. Who's holding the Bible for you?
Richard Womack.
Repeat your name when I say I. Okay. I
I, Teresa Harris Johnson,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support,
that I will support,
obey,
obey,
and defend
and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
of America
of America
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the Commonwealth
of the Commonwealth
of Pennsylvania.
of Pennsylvania.
I will discharge the duties
I will discharge the duties
of my office
of my office
as Southeast Delco
as Southeast Delco
School Board Director
School Board Director
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Michelle McGowan. Repeat your name after I say I.
I, Michelle McGowan,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support,
that I will support,
obey, and defend
obey, and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
of America
of America
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the Commonwealth
of Pennsylvania.
I will discharge the duties
I will discharge the duties
of my office
of my office
as Southeast Delco School Board Director
of Southeast Delco School Board Director
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations.
Ms. McGowan, you should take your seat.
Francesca Bartley.
Best seat in the house.
You repeat your name, okay? I
I, Francesca Barley,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
or affirm
or affirm
that I will support,
that I will support,
obey, and defend
obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
of America
of America
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
and I will discharge the duties of my office
and I will discharge the duties of my office
as Southeast Delco
as Southeast Delco
School Board Director
School Board Director
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Congratulations. Rochelle Womack. I thought he did. Where's your daughter? Okay. You want your sister to take pictures? Okay. Cut. So repeat your name after I say I. Okay. I
Rochelle Womack,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support,
that I will support,
obey, and defend
obey, and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United States of America
of the United States of America
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
and I will discharge the duties of my office
and I will discharge the duties of my office
as Southeast Delco
as Southeast Delco
School Board Director
School Board Director
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
John Lafferty. Okay. So say your name after I say I. I
I, John Lafferty,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support,
that I will support,
obey,
obey,
and defend
and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
of America
of America
and
and
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
And I will
I will
discharge the duties of my office
discharge the duties of my office
as Southeast Delco
as Southeast Delco
School Board Director
School Board Director
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, and congratulations to all. Mr. Butler, may I please have a roll call of the sitting board?
Yes, you may. Mrs. Barley,
Present.
Ms. Perry,
Present.
Ms. Harris Johnson,
Present.
Mr. Lafferty,
Present.
Ms. Woodfolk,
Present.
Mrs. McGowan,
Present.
Ms. Womack,
Present.
Mr. Fowler,
Present.
Ms. Monroe Whitsett,
Present.
Dr. Winder,
Present.
Mr. DiOrio,
Present.
Mr. Butler, present.
Thank you, Mr. Butler. May I have a motion to approve the agenda?
Motion.
Second.
It has been properly moved and second. Do I have any questions on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. At this time, I'd like to call for nominations for president.
I'll nominate Cherie Monroe Whitsett for president in 2024.
Second.
That's okay. Are there any other nominations? Last call, are there any other nominations? Can I have a motion to close nominations for president?
I so move.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Mr. Butler, can I please have a roll call vote?
Yes, this roll call vote will be to elect Cherie Monroe Whitsett as...
Wait a minute, wait, Mr. Butler, I have a question. Why do we have to have a roll call vote if nobody didn't vote against it?
You don't need one. It's optional for the board. If the board wants a roll call, they can, or you can just do it by assent if you'd like. It's not necessary.
Thank you.
Whatever the board likes to do.
Okay, thank you.
You can proceed, Mr. Butler.
Mrs. Barley,
Yes.
Ms. Perry,
Yes.
Ms. Harris Johnson,
Yes.
Mr. Lafferty,
Yes.
Ms. Woodfolk,
Yes. Yes.
Mrs. McGowan,
Yes.
Ms. Womack,
Yes.
Mr. Fowler,
Yes.
Ms. Monroe Whitsett.
Yes.
Okay.
Motion passes. Congratulations.
Thank you to my board members. May I have nominations for vice president?
I'd like to nominate Rebecca Perry.
Okay.
I'd like to nominate Roshan Fowler.
Are there any more nominees? Are there any more nominees? Seeing none, can I have a motion to close the vice president nomination?
Motion.
Second.
It has been properly moved in second. Are there any questions? Are there any questions? Are there any questions?
I do have a question. This may be a stupid question, but I just have to know. Although two people was nominated, so, and I do agree, both of them are, good. So, I mean, can I vote yes to both?
Mr.
The
DiOrio?
answer to that question is yes.
Thank you. Thank you, okay.
Can I have a motion to close nominations for vice president?
I so move.
Second.
It's been properly moved in second. Are there any questions? Any more questions? Any more questions? Any more questions? Seeing none. May I have a roll call vote just to be consistent? Mr. Butler?
Sure.
For Rebecca Perry first.
Yes. So, first roll call vote, as Madam President just stated will be for Ms. Perry. Mrs. Barley,
Yes.
Ms. Perry,
Yes.
Ms. Harris Johnson,
No.
Mr. Lafferty,
Yes.
Ms. Woodfolk,
Yes.
Ms. McGowan, or Mrs.
Yes.
McGowan, thank you. Ms. Womack,
No.
Mr. Fowler,
No.
Ms. Monroe Whitsett.
Yes.
Motion carries.
It's going to carry.
Motion carries for Ms. Perry to be Vice President.
All right, Ms. Perry. I just want to thank Mr. Fowler for all our time and me getting on his nerves. So, you won't get the late night text anymore.
Sorry, I'm still here.
Thank you. He was definitely an asset to the team.
Yeah,
It's up to y'all.
yes, they have to
Okay.
switch.
So they don't want to switch right now. They'll wait to the next meeting.
But I mean, you got into your seat, they should be getting into theirs.
Please switch seats.
Yes, thank you. Take your name, Mr. Fowler, please.
Take your name. Are there any public comments regarding agenda items? Seeing none. May I have a motion to appoint Robert DiOrio as solicitor for the Southeast Delco School District Board of Directors for a period of 1 year commencing immediately?
Motion.
Second.
It has been properly moved in second. Are there any questions? Are there any questions? Are there any questions? Are there any questions? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you very much. It certainly is a privilege to continue to serve.
Thank you, Dr. DiOrio. May I have a motion to approve the 2024 Southeast Delco Board of School Directors Business and Committee of the Whole monthly public meetings? The
I so
document was
moved.
in your folder.
Second.
It has been properly moved in second. Are there any questions? Are there any questions? Are there any questions? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. May I have a motion to reaffirm adoption of the Pennsylvania School Board Association standards for effective school governance and code of conduct for members of the board?
I so move.
Wait, I have to get clearance on this. What is this? The food that-
It is in your folder.
I know it's in my folder, I'm looking at it. But I'm talking about,
So these are the standards of effective governance that the Pennsylvania School Board Association provides us in our trainings and for school board directors, and then the code of conduct for members of the
I
board.
got you.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Are there any questions? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. May I have a motion to approve the current policies of the board?
Motion.
Second.
It has been properly moved in second. Are there any questions? Are there any questions? Are there any questions? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Are there any public comments on non-agenda items?
Yes. Mayor Donna Spadilla.
Good evening, Mayor.
Good evening, how are you?
Finding
Okay,
yourself.
how are you?
And thank you for letting me speak tonight.
I just wanted to say, last night Collingdale held their tree lighting ceremony, and 4 of your students from Academy Park came down and played instruments. Rebecca can say exactly what they played. I didn't have my glasses. My glasses were broken, so I can't see anybody up here really. But they did a wonderful job. They had a great time, and it was just so nice to see young people come out and volunteer out of the clear blue sky. So I applaud Academy Park for what you do for these children. Thank you so much. That's all.
Thank you, Mayor.
So just to add to what the Collingdale mayor had just shared, in the middle of the week last week, the performer who was supposed to be at the tree lighting canceled last minute. The kids decided on their own to come together. An adult did not ask them, the school did not encourage them, but there were 4 Academy Park seniors, and they made sure that they got their music stands and their instruments from school on Friday. They showed up an hour and a half early to the event to practice. Aisha Koulibaly was on the flute, Nathan Frazier on the trombone, Jeremy Murphy on the saxophone, and Cameron Chambers is our percussionist on the snare drum. And they played for over 2.5 hours while everyone stood in line for their pictures with Santa. And everyone was quite amazed that we actually had 4 students up there, all 17 and 18 years old, and they were really happy to be there and even posed for a picture with Santa when they were done.
All right, yes. What I'm talking about. Yay.
Thank you. May I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Motion.
It has been properly moved in second. Are there any questions? Any questions? Any
None.
questions? Seeing none?
Nope.
All in favor?
Aye.
This meeting is adjourned. Thank you for coming.
Oh, don't go yet. I have new signatures.
New board members,